Would you dye your hair? Like, you've literally done everything you can to your hair, so would you consider dyeing it?
Maybe the second I move out, yes. And probably not everything, probably just like the tip.
The tip, what color?
Probably like actually the same color of her hair actually.
That's actually playing it safe. It's not different from your normal hair.
Well,
see, you can talk about colored hair considering this isn't yours. But anyways, welcome back to the Rant Room. As always, I'm Mohiz, and today, as well as this guy that is usually here. What's your name? Tanya B.
Oh, wow.
Anyways, apart from this guy, we have two new guests today. I'm
This
going to let them
guy?
introduce themselves today. You are...
I'm Ivy.
You have to add more vim. I'm Ivy. What do you do? You missed your chance. What's your name?
my name is Adebank here, and I work here in TVC. I'm a producer, and I will probably dye my hair one day. Or something very fun, but it won't be permanent.
Fair enough, sure. Well, as always, you can join the conversation on what color we should dye our hair using the hashtag The Rant Room on TVC. I almost forgot the hashtag for a second. But anyways, today's topic is a little different, and I'm going to use it to judge every single one of you later. So let's just even get into it. Separating the art from the artist. Now, before we even really start diving into it, I guess the first question is, what significant artists do you have in your head? In fact, not even just like artists in music, maybe an entertainer of some sort. What example of one can you give? Like maybe they did something so despicable or something crazy that in your head you just couldn't engage in their work anymore. I'm gonna start with you.
Okay, wow, there's a couple. There's a lot of them. I'll start with Lindsay Lohan.
Really? Really? I mean, really?
What did she do?
I mean,
I think she just had a crisis.
So she just had like a personal crisis. Yeah, she was doing drugs or whatever, but I don't think she
was just misled.
Saying she's just being misled is actually downplaying the height of Lindsay Lohan.
Okay, explain.
Lindsay Lohan at that point in time was a dream for every single young person.
Fuck so.
She was. She came from from where she came from. She came from the boondocks, and then she became the dream for every at that point in time 16-year-old kid was looking up to Lindsay Lohan as that breakaway point. And then going into drugs, getting into rehab, getting out of rehab, having more than enough sex tapes to go around for everybody for generations. It's quite a lot.
Okay.
I looked up to her in my childhood.
Oh, no
It
wonder.
was heartbreaking.
No wonder.
I was about to make it. Is that why you're here? Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay, I would say like one of recent though. This the main movie that just came out now, Ezra Miller, the guy.
Christ, bro.
So like, I got to know, was it before the movie started, after the movie had like they started shooting, he was wanted by the police for breaking and entering, I got to know today for kidnapping also. Why? Then I think he did drugs. I'm not quite sure about that though, but a whole lot of things, and yet they still like cast him in the movie. So I don't know why.
Oh, we're gonna get into that.
I honestly don't know why, but then Ezra Miller is
Adebanke, the producer.
Okay, so for me it's going to be R. Kelly. R. Kelly is, I mean, storm is over. Oh, and I mean, but I will not be listening. Oh, well, since everything came to light and all of the court cases and since he was sent to prison, I haven't listened to any of his songs because I'm just like, okay, so maybe when he was writing that song, maybe he just finished assaulting one particular girl, or maybe he finished shooting the video, he just raped a girl, or he raped a girl after, or maybe he was on his way to rape another girl. So I'm like, you know what? No, I am not going to give myself that mental torture. I'm just going to let him go. He's in prison and he's paying for his crimes. I don't need to pay for it. So I am definitely not separating. I'm not separating. When you engage with their content, you are in a way validating them because their influences go into their work. So I'm not going to validate his content any longer. So I mean, the storm is not over for him, obviously. So let's continue.
Wow. Okay. Wow. I wasn't even expecting that. But anyways, I think another question I should ask is like, because a lot of these artists, I even say like an R. Kelly, unfortunately, for example, Ezra Miller, these type of people, especially artists that made good music, like what effect does boycotting their work essentially do? Because a lot of them probably made the most money that they could have made like earlier in their career, in their primes, as they say. So me deciding, okay, I'm no longer going to stream this artist or support them, what effect does it really have in the long term? And why do you think people just go on that personal journey of doing that?
Okay.
When a lot of times it can actually be inconsequential.
So a majority of these artists, especially when we're talking about musical arts, have gathered enough fan base over time. Like, let's be honest. You can easily ditch an Ezra Miller movie, box office hit not hitting up to 100 million.
Yeah.
But sister, the people that will listen to R. Kelly will definitely listen to R. Kelly.
Man, that's
that
stepping
guy's
the name
music
of
was
love.
soulful.
That's bro. That's
His music was soulful. Like, let's even remove the fact that he's a shitty person. I'm sorry, but The Storm Is Over is not shitty music.
No, it's not.
It's not shitty
It's
music.
not.
No, it was.
If I don't want to see his horrible face, I don't have to stream the video. I'll just go for audio and be in my mood, in my zone, feed off of it. And guess what? He's paying for his crime. He's behind bars.
Allegedly.
Unfortunately, recently I saw on Twitter Street that it came out that he sort of like had a concert in prison.
Yeah.
He's in prison, serving his crimes, and all of these things are still happening. We can ditch music, we can ditch painters, we can ditch visual artists, we can ditch actors, but when it comes to musicians, I think the lines are actually blurred a little because these people actually do a lot. Music is like, do you know how many people listen to music on a daily? We don't mind
can't
how
survive without.
We don't mind how many different artists are out there, but when you're hooked on a particular kind, I'm sorry, but there's something R. Kelly did in his music that nobody has actually done. And he might be a crazy person, but
He's
I'm
a
still
crazy
listening to
person.
R. Kelly.
Not might.
Hey, Tony.
Okay, so I don't think like there's really anything boycotting them won't actually, if you're talking about like musicians too, boycotting them won't actually do them any good, because if you say you don't want to listen to their music, other people will definitely still listen to it.
But I think it's my choice to listen to their music or not.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it's my choice, and I mean, I don't want to put myself through that torture. That's why I said me as a banker, I am not listening to R. Kelly's music again because I don't want to put
But if
myself
you enjoy
through
the
that.
music, wouldn't that be you putting yourself through torture?
No.
Again, this is just me playing devil's
No,
advocate.
because I mean I now know what happened at that time of his life when he was maybe at the prime of his career or something. I know the crimes that he did. So unconsciously, I'm going to be like, okay, maybe when he was doing this, like I said before, he was still doing all of what he was committing these crimes. And I mean, it's my choice to say I don't want to. The other people who rape is maybe not important to
Which
can
is
decide to
crazy.
continue.
No.
But
I
that's
have a question.
fine.
I actually have a
you should
question. I have a question. And my question is, when you listen to music, do you listen to music because you like the music, or you listen to it because you want to judge the artist?
No.
Because
I listen
you're-
because I like the music.
You're
But
blurring the
but
lines in
this
listening
case,
to the music now and thinking, oh, when he just finished the song, he literally did this to this person. It's blurring the lines.
it's unconscious.
If he did that or if he did not do that, doesn't matter, doesn't mean that that song was a Grammy hit and it was smashing.
Yes,
But then again, behind closed doors, he's a crappy person.
he is.
okay, so but
Danny?
okay, yes, I actually kind of like go with what she's saying, because
And that's fine.
yeah, but then that's why I say boycotting it won't do anything. It's more or less like you're okay. So the let me not say content or whatever it is he's putting out in his music, you might not get in another like particular kind of
You're
music.
starving yourself of good music.
Okay.
Awfully good music, by the way.
I feel like you have an argument. Just let it flow.
No, I'm not going to. And I have. That's why I said for bank here. I'm not trying to make any, should I say, political statement or going to Twitter and say we should all stop
Mrs.
listening to R.
Political Hangout
Kelly's.
doesn't want to make political statements. That's impressive. Mado, that's a new...
Like I was saying before you rudely interrupted me,
Wow.
I was saying
Sorry,
that
Ma.
it's my choice. All right, and somebody else might have my own views too, and other people, like you people do, might say, I mean, it's good music, I'm going to listen to it. But for me, for banke, no, it's a no for me.
I do get your point at the end of the day, but at the same time, it's like a lot of these are like you, say like music, for example, we're in the streaming era, you actually need people to listen, especially now that people don't really buy physicals anymore. Maybe in, let's say at R. Kelly's time, for example, yeah, he may have been able to survive, but in this era now where it's almost like people look at you crazy for publicly speaking on listening to R. Kelly. So yes, the man, especially factoring his catalog of music, his listeners on Spotify is actually very poor. But you think like this man is actually, in as much as he's an asshole, he's a musical icon. Nothing is ever going to take away that fact. However, the guy was behind on what? School payments, rent payments, everything of the sort. There's a reason behind that, because people stopped listening to the music. So yes, it can affect you, but now I'm even gonna go to even my next question, which is, let's say an artist of any kind, again, movies, actual painters, even music. Let's say their work doesn't reflect any of the negative things that they did. Let's say that their work had absolutely nothing to do with the crime that they committed. Is it still okay to engage? I mean, I'm pretty sure I know you two artists, so I'm actually going to start with you.
Wow, okay. Okay, so I would say that, okay, for example, the artists that maybe are dead, maybe they reigned in maybe 103 BC or 1980 something, maybe at that time, maybe it was okay. For maybe they did something wrong, and at the time of their lives, it wasn't really frowned upon. It was just something that was normal. I know about something. I'm trying to remember the word now. I can't really remember. But yeah, there are some things that are not okay today, and then they were very okay. It was like a normal thing. So I mean, in that case, maybe I would. It depends on the degree of seriousness. But if it's too bad, like too horrible, then I will not engage on it. And that, like I said, that's me. Before anybody just calls my name and says no, this, and I'm speaking about Ivy.
Now that you have collected your sub, answer the question. No.
Okay, so I've actually seen a lot of people creating things. Like, I've dealt with a lot of creatives before to see that a man is different when he's creating something than he is on a normal day when you see him on the streets.
Depends, but go on.
No, seriously, there is this creative kind of demon that runs with most people
Facts,
when
yeah.
they are creating. When they are into their elements, they are just a different kind of person than the hobo you see on the street on a normal day. They are really different in their element. And at that point in time, you're trying to tell the fact that they did one thing or the other at that sequence, in that space, in that mental page, is actually you looking down on the good hard work that they actually did. You might be a horrible person and do a lot of terrible things, but when you were creating from whatever source or point where you tap your moves from, you could have just been working straight out of your element, straight out of every single hard work that has ever come out of you, out of every point that you drag out inspiration from. That should not be looked down upon just because you made a mistake, you did something wrong, you went with the wrong crowd, you were a crappy person.
So R. Kelly executive producing an album by Aaliyah called Age is Just a Number, even though it came out that he assaulted her when she was 16. That's cool? No. Tanya?
Okay, I wouldn't say you should judge. Let me not say. So I wouldn't say you should judge based on like mostly what it is they're saying, like their hard work. Don't judge them on based on what it is. Like most of them have done. If it's terrible, I can say that. But in some cases, yeah. In some cases,
I mean, I just agree with you because I mean, nobody's perfect. I think we can all agree that nobody's perfect. But I'm sure that all celebrities, every one of them, they all have one comma or the other. But that some of them we know, some of them we don't know. So we can still engage. But when it is something really, really serious, like assaulting a minor.
Yeah. I think, you know what? We're going to address all that because there's so much that still needs to be said. But we'll be right back on the Rant Room.
Jesus.
I have a question, dude. How do you guys pick your barbers? Like, you come in here, nice haircut. Some people come in here, no haircuts.
Definitely not.
But how do you guys pick your barbers? Must they have like six-pack, very good like retinue, CV? Should they have like Drake and Rick Ross on the walls? How do you pick your
Those are
barbers?
the ones I even trust.
So I recently learned today some barbers need to be like chiseled, built up, for them to like consider them being their barbers and everything. Like,
Forget the hashtag. Forget the hashtag we use. Use the hashtag fear women. That's the important one.
What does with picking your I don't understand.
When
Is
did
your baba a woman?
what?
No, I can't answer that question for personal reasons. But
Why do I
anyway,
feel like she's a woman?
but anyway, welcome back to the Rant Room on TVC.
Is your baba a woman? Oh, he is.
Welcome back to the Rant Room.
We'll talk
on-
about
Okay,
it
everybody,
after.
welcome back to the Rant Room on TVC. Please make sure to stay tuned and watch us at #Rant Room on YouTube and stay connected. So back to the show, darling.
darling.
I like how you either.
Daggers.
So my love, first of all, I would like to apologize. But I'm kicking off the segment asking you, how do we blur the lines of hypocrisy really? Are we all really hypocrites?
I think we're all hypocrites.
Wait, let me finish. You
Straight
don't
outside.
want to align with R. Kelly because of what he has done, but then you're aligning very well with Oprah Winfrey based on every last single thing that she has done to fellow Black African people, to white people, to America as a whole. All of the people that she actually dissed. We're talking about Monique. We're talking about Steve Harvey. We're talking about every single person that she pulled down
Why
to
did you
get to that
apologize?
point.
No, like no.
I'm apologizing because the last
why-
time she asked me to let her breathe, now I'm taking back that air supply.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay,
So,
okay.
are we hypocrites? Oh, no, first, are you a hypocrite?
Oh,
Choosing to
wow.
align
Okay, I
with
think
Oprah
we are-
and not aligning with R. Kelly. Are you a hypocrite?
Let the
No.
banker breathe.
No,
She has-
okay,
she
no.
has had enough.
So in the aspect of R. Kelly, like I said, his crimes are, what's the word? They are personal. His crimes are personal. I mean, why are you raping somebody? Why are you sexually assaulting somebody?
Why destroying a person's life and social livelihood?
Yeah. Excuse me. Wait. Calm
What
down.
lives?
I'm
You
trying
don't
to
face his
speak.
life
Are you going to
alone.
allow me answer? Or you
Welcome
want
back to the
speak?
journalist hangout on TV.
I removed my shoe and shown you.
And today we
Like
have
I was saying.
Okay, let her defend
Okay.
herself. Hypocrisy.
I feel
is
like
a
we're
defense.
okay. First of all, we're all
Hey, well,
hypocrites.
hello.
First of all, a lot of people who
talking
are
about you
up
first.
there, a lot of people who are up there have done something that had to, should I say, push someone out. They take credit for somebody's work. An intern came and said this and gave a beautiful idea, and they said, "Oh, here," and then before I know that, next Oprah Winfrey. A lot of people do that. You get, but in Oprah's case, and I'm not saying that everything she said or she has done is great. I'm not saying that, but I am saying that she has gotten to a point in her career that I say, okay, I would want to be a powerful woman in media also. I look to Oprah Winfrey and I say, okay, yeah, she has done good for herself. Yeah, maybe she did not do good. Maybe she didn't do it well. Maybe she went in some crooked
but
ways
then
and everything.
You're blurring the lines.
You are blurring
Just-
the lines, and how badly spoiled is your
Okay,
moral
sorry.
compass
Excuse
for you
me.
to easily
Excuse
be
me.
able
No,
to align with
my moral compass is not bad at all. Okay, so what was R. Kelly trying to achieve by raping 12-year-old girls or on minors
And
or
what
women?
was Oprah Winfrey trying to do by removing
A
breadwinners
media
from
career.
situations whereby they have to feed
A
their
media
families?
career and
then-
power, and I am not saying you are.
If we should look at
you
it
are twisting
holistically-
my words. You are twisting my words.
It is
like,
very
and I have
bad.
said, I have said
That is
that
bad.
I do not agree with some of the things that she has done. I don't. We all have people in our lives that have messed up and we don't agree with what they have done and everything, but we still look up to them that, okay, this person, even if, yeah, you are an asshole in this aspect, I know that you have done this particular. There are some people that look up to R. Kelly, that, oh, I want to be as great as R. Kelly, but I do not want to rape people. I do not want to sexually assault people.
Exactly. So
And that's okay.
So
that is what it means, separating the art
is this
from the
down
artist.
to basically your moral compass and what you define as bad and what is not?
I really
bad?
wonder why everyone is asking me questions.
Because you're
I'm just
defending
like,
someone that everybody on this side of the couch knows is black. Although her skin complexion is black, but she is black. Painted completely black. If they should
no
have like
problem.
a prison cell,
Drop
no
it.
one would want to stay with Oprah Winfrey because she's that black.
I don't think so. I don't think so. But
That means your moral lines are tangled.
You are entitled to your opinion about her, and that's fine. That's just beautiful.
So I want to ask you a
That's good.
question. Before I even
Okay.
digress, I want to ask you a question. What
Just
makes
interrupt
what
her, make me not die.
Oprah Winfrey did forgivable, and what makes what R. Kelly did
Unforgivable.
First of all, and I'm asking this question because I want to know what scale of a human being I should place you.
Wait, okay.
Okay, you
from
cannot.
there-
You cannot.
Hold on.
The bar.
So from that point, just tone it down a little bit, yeah, so we can go back to what it is we're talking about.
Because we're literally asking if we are all hypocrites.
I think we are.
I think we are.
And I already said
so-
so.
I think we are.
I
Yeah,
think we
standard,
are.
yes.
We judge people on with different skills. I really think that
Is
we
it scales
are.
of what we think we can do if we're in their position, or scales of what we can do morally?
I think it's different for everyone. Honestly, I really think it's different for
You know
everyone.
what? Yeah, I feel like everyone has a point in everything they've said today, but I feel like in certain things, it's just like personal bias sometimes is just going to rule anyways. Like, if you like someone enough, you're going to look past some crimes that, you might see some crimes that someone has done and be like, maybe even excuse it. You might try and play it in your mind like, oh, it's not that bad in the grand scheme of things, i.e., I'm really not trying to sub you. The whole Oprah thing about basically how she's cost so many people their livelihoods, yada, yada, yada. Let's not get into it. So maybe because of your admiration for Oprah, you might just see it as like, that's how the cookie crumbles.
Okay, now let me ask this question
And
before you go on.
unfortunately, some people might even feel themselves, and you have to be sick. Some people might be like, man, even though R. Kelly did some sick shit, he made Trapped in the Closet. So essentially, it's kind of the same thing you're saying. Like, if I came with that defense, wouldn't you see me as wrong? Like, I'm wrong, right?
Yeah.
Now, I
Right.
want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a straight up question. At what level should we defend taking food off a person's table based by an ill decision that you made, a particular choice, something that you actively did? On what level or what moral compass or what value system should we define deriving a breadwinner of job, deriving someone of a promotion, taking food off someone's plate, putting them in a position where they cannot provide for their family? At what point should we defend such an act? Really?
Look, I feel like there's certain crimes that in my head it's like, you know what? Okay, let's take like a homophobic tweet, for example, which is like almost like the cardinal sin on Twitter right now. You can't try it. Even though you made the tweet in 2011, you can't try it. And people will still cook you for that now. Something like that where someone could have been young, because in 2011 I was like, what, 12, 13, something like that. So in the event, not saying that there is, so don't go and look to my Twitter or you'll find it. But in the event that I made a stupid tweet like that, like my defense could be, like, when I was a kid, I was probably saying stuff that was acceptable on Twitter at
That was Justin
time.
Bieber's.
But that was so
defense.
many people. Kevin Hart, like, there's so
Camila Cabello.
many
Adele.
people that probably did or said stupid shit that a bit of education can fix. It's not like the end of the world, even though some people would still want them not to be successful to kingdom come. However, I do feel like there's certain crimes, rape, pedophilia, and so many other things. And these are personal to me. Like, obviously, my moral compass isn't the same as so many other people's. I do feel like there's certain crimes that in my head I'm like, forget them even generating money. These are the type of people that should be under a cell. Harvey Weinstein, unfortunately, Bill Cosby, like people like that. Like, yeah, they can't rot in hell. I don't give a fuck because they did some evil shit. So my own is not even about them generating money.
So it's
My
based
own-
off what they did.
just based on what they did.
What do you
like, if
think?
it's a crime where, like, this is like in law, like this is illegal, you can go to jail for several years, put them in the jail, and their music doesn't even matter, or their work doesn't even matter.
Okay, so now, if you're saying it's based off what they did, so let's look at Burna Boy, like the way he treats his fans. No,
Burna
it's-
Boy's treatment of fans in Nigeria is so different from Burna Boy's treatment of fans.
Yeah, okay, so now, but I'm saying, so the way
Facts.
exactly, so the way he treats his
Facts.
fans, let me say here, like when he puts like someone in the face, and
Steps on somebody's head.
exactly, you put someone in the face and then, or you see other people say like vibing to the whole thing. I don't think it's like something that is inexcusable, but you still see people like vibe to his songs. You still see people defend him, saying, oh yes, he literally warned you guys not to try to come on the stage and do this one, but does it warrant you actually kicking someone in the face? What if something happened to the person?
Yeah, I definitely, because even me, for example, someone like Burna Boy, yeah, immense talent, very questionable personality in my opinion. But even me, for example, because of what he's done and his performances or whatever, I've told myself I'm never going for a Burna Boy performance. Ever. Because in my head, I'm like, it's just stupid. He really doesn't care about his Nigerian fans. wherever the case may be. But that's just my opinion. It's not something that in my head I'm like, oh, let's take food off his plate. Who even gives us that power? Why should we even have that power?
So I guess at the end of the day, it all boils down to the fact that whatever it is that you have done, however it is that you have placed yourself, you may just be good at what you do. You may just be a wonderful artist. You may just have like a nice, wonderful creative art pattern, and then we all might just be hypocrites and pick and choose whatever we want to align ourselves with and wherever we want to go. But at the end of the day, in the end, these people are still their own persons. These people still do what they want to do, and we just go wherever we feel is right for us, mentally, emotionally, and moral-wise. And so we'll be right back on the show. Stay tuned. See you soon. You're about to get persons. Why?
I don't know. I just feel like it's
I feel
just
like these guys intimidated you enough.
Jesus is Lord.
Is that it?
How? Tell us more. I want to know
Here
more.
with me. I just want earrings because I just want to finish the unserious vibe that I give
On serious vibe. Oh,
Yeah, I feel like
you're giving enough already.
I feel
but-
like the earrings were just like yes, that's the final. I was like, yes, he's on serious.
And
He's
then
wayward.
the police will definitely
Exactly.
stop you every
You
single
get,
day.
but
Let them
then
stop me. Don't find anything on me.
that's
sha.
all.
God
Just
willing.
let's get into the segment, please. Welcome back, guys. It's still the Rant Room on TVC. You definitely know where to follow the hashtag and the conversation. It's the hashtag the Rant Room on TVC. So yeah, we'll be talking about what's it called, role models and like influences and their influences on the mass or the people. So what do you think about that? Do you have anyone you look up to as a role model, an artist, anybody?
Not anymore.
Why?
Not anymore. Because bro, people are disappointing, bro. People are disappointing. Like, cause there's no point. Cause even now, one example that particularly pained me, like 2019, there's this one British musician, I'm not gonna say his name. Again, a lot of his work like hit me, like was just perfectly calculated, like everything that was going on in my life. Like it was probably, in fact, who was my most listened to artist that year. Come to find out, November, he was caught on video fucking up his girlfriend. Like was hidden in my head. I was just like, my God. I related so much of my life with you. A lot of that period, I used your music to get over it, and you're doing that, especially when you're speaking against it in your work. It's a bit crazy. So since then, I was just like, oh, more, I don't hold anyone too much. I'm in my head, I was like, I might like your art, but that is it. I just told myself I'm not getting starstruck, and I don't get starstruck in general. And there's not really any human being I can really look at as like, you know what, except obviously family. I can really look at as like, you know what, I actually admire you to the point that I want to be like you or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
Actually, there is no one. Owing to the fact that what you see on paper about every human being, just like he said, is actually not what's going on behind closed doors.
True,
People, in the end of the day, you tend to want to look at yourself and wonder the choices they make, the road they walk, the path, is it actually aligned to what you want to do? It's easy to look at a person and to actually, at the back of your head, it's actually a subconscious thing now to want to think or want to glorify or glamorize a particular action, the whole Cinderella story, the whole walk from ground up and saving a damsel in distress thing is actually all glamorized when we want to look at our mentors. But then again, at the end of the day, there's only so much you can sell a lie, owing to the fact that the reality of who you are might just be totally different. And if I look up to you and you do that, at what point do I want to start picking up myself and looking up to myself?
Yeah.
I hate to play the devil's advocate
Why
as
do you
usual.
people- what
But
is
okay, so
devil's
I
advocate?
have role models. Okay, I have people that I look up to. And maybe not in the aspect of, so one of the persons that I look up to is Oprah Winfrey. And I mean, I don't agree with some of the things in her life, but I can see how she built her media career over time, and that is what I look up to. That is like, okay, she is working. Obviously, some things happen that maybe were not so great.
Okay, so
but
yeah, question. But why do y'all need someone like to see them go through something before you can actually pick up and say, oh yes, I need to be like this person. It should just like come up.
I'm not saying that I need to be like her. I'm just saying that I like how she has been making strides in her media career. And I want
you know
to
how many people
like
she literally walked all over to get to that point? Monique is one of them.
Oh wow.
Okay.
At this point in time now, I'm shooting you daggers from my eyes.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Do you actually know how many people Oprah Winfrey has actually fucked over and messed up to get to that couch where she gets to sit with Michelle Obama and pretend like she is Black America's biggest thing?
Okay, continue.
You want to be like that? How are we in a room together?
Wow.
Throw me out.
Wait, hold on.
Throw me out.
Wait. Okay, so now, just from there, let's like move into the next thing. So, do you? I beg. So, do you move?
Hold on.
Should you like judge?
Tony is under pressure. Do you get one thing that I will say though is that a lot of these people, why do we automatically make them role models? That's one thing I.
What made them even qualified to be a model? Not to talk of play a role in your life.
Hey.
Okay.
Okay,
continue. I don't have anything to say about that.
Do you actually really know how many people do not want to fuck with majority of the people that we are even looking at as role models? Let's not talk about their humanity as a person, like the way they carry their brand, the way they openly talk and diss every other single person's achievements and alliances, the way they rip people apart. Let's not talk about how they sell you an obvious lie and try to paint it good, or the fact that they have so much coverage they try to even taint the media and the information that you actually consume as a person. And then you look at your life and you look at what you want to be and you look at who you want to be. You're like, oh, that person.
But I feel like the angle I'm kind of taking it for is like,
if we should all pick role models, I want Putin to be my role model.
Yeah, okay. So I think
Why
so
not?
you can overlook the things she's done as a bad person and still want to be like her, but then you can't.
But you can't overlook
R.
Kelly. Like, what?
Shots fired.
This is looking like
so
an
like
episode.
I said in a
Looking like an episode of Johnny
I'll actually come back to that.
Hold on.
Let me let you breathe. Let me let you breathe.
First of all, let me go. Thank you. Let me breathe. First of all, like I said,
Lady Pog.
there is an alliance against me today. Today was the bad day to come out from my house. Like I was saying, like I said, nobody's perfect. All right.
Yeah.
Let me finish. Calm down. I will shoot you. Calm down. I am saying nobody is perfect, but then there are some things that I can overlook. You get, for some people, because I mean, all celebrities, all these great people that we look up to, or that some of us do not look up to, like Ivy has said, they have done stuff in their lives, and we have done stuff in our lives too, and we're trying to, should I say, maneuver our ways around it. I cannot get over what R. Kelly did. He and Bill Cosby and the other people who did something similar, I can't. As for Oprah Winfrey, and I'm not forgiving her because she's a woman, because before some people come with that, and I'm talking to you and to the guys now, before you guys make it a gender thing or something, I don't have to stop it before you guys said something. But I'm saying that, okay, this is where she currently is. She has a big media company. She's a very powerful media woman in media and everything. I also want to be a powerful woman in media one day. And I'm not saying that I'm going to tow her apart and fuck people over and make people lose their jobs. I'm sorry if I used the wrong words. But I am saying...
so wait, basically what I'm saying is, do you actually need to see someone you can literally just do that off your own mindset?
You can be inspired. You can be inspired by what about her achievements. Yeah, but
do you know who the biggest inspiration should be to you?
Who?
You. Because me, when I look in the morning, I'm like, fuck, I'm fine. But apart from that, it's like,
who be this?
It's like,
who lied to you? You are not fine. Who lied to you?
Apart from that, you, if I...
You just begged us to let you breathe just now. Don't let us take back the oxygen.
But making it serious, when I look in the mirror in the morning, apart from acknowledging what God has done, because man, apart from that, it's like, I have to make that guy happy. I'm not thinking about what person A in 1876 did in their life or whatever. My own thing is like, how can I make that guy in the mirror rich? That's why necessarily I don't really look up to people, because in
Well,
my
there are
own, it's
times
like,
in your life when you're going through some really horrible. I was about to say shit. Some really horrible shit.
Let him fly.
Okay, there are times in your life where when you are going through some shit and everything.
So
and
you mean to
sometimes
tell me that when you're
to be
struggling,
inspired.
so you mean to tell me that when you're struggling with certain things, you're like, wow, what would Oprah Winfrey do?
Exactly.
I don't think like that. Why would you do that to yourself? Okay, calm down. And I
prefer to listen to Enigma and then just let it go than to think about what the hell.
Okay, yes.
I'm not trying to be like Enigma. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to achieve maybe what she has achieved. I don't know who Enigma is. Sorry, I'm not Gen Z. But
it's actually not Gen Z. Don't let me drag you on the streets.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, I don't know Enigma, but I'm trying to achieve a little.
Those guys are
of what
Grammy Award
Oprah
winners.
Winfrey has. I don't know Enigma. Okay, apologies.
All right, so yeah,
I don't know.
apologies
I
to
don't know,
everyone. It's
Enigma, I
already
don't know
getting too hot, but
This
then
is
let's
just
calm down a little
spicy.
bit. So let's go back to what it is we're talking about here. Let's go to fandom culture and the toxic traits of fans, like saying, "Oh, they stand their role models." They stand
I will
their
slap that hand in the IV.
You, aren't you a Bob? I'm sorry.
Yes, I am.
You guys are the most toxic fan base.
Actually, we
On
are
the
not. Have
planet.
you seen the K-pop fan base? Those guys own their celebrities' lives. And some people
That's an
actually pretend that the people that they are fanning actually have no dark closet.
I did not.
So, me being a Bab, actually, there are a lot
first of
of
all,
ways
I
we
did
can
not-
take this.
I did not say
whole
that.
lot of ways
I did
we
not
can
say
take
that.
that.
I did not say that.
No, okay.
Before
what you actually said
before
was
I
we can
mentioned her
create
name,
some
before I
excuses
mentioned her
for
name,
people,
I said
and
that
then just let
nobody
it go.
is
So tell me, did you watch
perfect.
football last weekend? Like, did you watch the match?
Why?
Like, my man just tried to. Thank you.
They carry coke.
Oh boy.
I actually played
So
it.
yes, now back to what it is. You guys didn't actually even answer this.
Oh
question.
God.
You just,
She was attacking
so
me.
wait, you're going in. Do you have history like way back or something?
No.
So now let's go back to fans being toxic, saying they stand this person and they have to defend the person with their life, even getting to the point where they fight and break bottles on their head.
Or dogs people. Barbs. Oh,
You're next.
You're going to cough well.
So
You're going to cough well.
hold on. So what do you think?
Well, I don't know about that because I'm not really a fan of anybody like that. The way your question is structured.
okay.
But I mean, there are people that I like them. They're not bad. They're cool. I like what they have achieved, and I mean, I kind of want to achieve what they have achieved.
But you don't
and
stand
everything.
anybody.
I don't think I stand anybody. No,
I stand myself. I stand myself.
I don't think I do.
Yes. Let's go.
Bob,
in.
we'll give you space.
So I'm a fan of anything awesome and anything great. If you do awesome stuff, fine, I'll fan you. Why? At that point, you have actually done something very...
Okay, but Ofan did some really great things, but you're not standing her.
Obviously, because our horrible outweighs her good. Yes.
Says the Nicki Minaj fan who
Obviously,
is
I am a very
married
proud...
to a pedophile, encourages her
Did
fans
he
to
serve his
attack
time, yes or no?
people. No.
Did Kenneth serve his time, yes or
No.
no? Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Kenneth
He
went
just-
to prison.
For how long? No matter how this guy could have said 20, this nigga touched kids, bro. I'm sorry. He touched kids, and
I have a
your
question.
icon said that is the person I want to start a family with.
Okay,
and I
so
will
I have
die
a
on the
question.
heel of him.
I have a question for you.
Crazy.
I have a question for you. When a person has obviously paid for their crime, should they still be dragged for their sins? At what point do we say that this person has actually paid for whatever it is they did wrong? We have a whole lot of toxic fan base out there. We see what's happening to Hailey Bieber today and how Selena Gomez is still not telling her fans to take a chill pill and let these two people
That's
be married.
rich coming from a Nicki fan who journalist pissed her off, and she basically goaded her fans into attacking her. The fans revealed her address, and she was liking tweets with this lady's address. Care to
Obviously,
speak on that?
let's talk about the fact that that photographer, that journalist in person, chased down Nicki Minaj's husband and her kid. Do you know how badly she does not want her kid to be on camera?
Chase down is a big
Especially,
word.
For you to know this thing about the everyday.
Chase down is
All I
a
have
big
to
word,
say is
and I'm
thank you.
talking about something completely separate. This is just someone that wrote a BET article. I know what I'm talking about. Anyways, my whole point is with this toxic fandom thing. Yeah, it's like, even though I'm trying more and more to let's fan out people, be inspired by people. It's okay to be a fan of someone's work. Fine. But when it comes to the point where you're mimicking people's, like they're trying to mimic someone, you know, like let's even say Nicki Minaj who has colored hair. Some of our fans might actually have colored hair as well. But
Maybe that's where it's coming from.
Okay.
From our Nigerian Lil Uzi Vert.
oh,
Dang.
I actually have a shirt. That's crazy.
Okay, so wait, now before we round up here, so what do you think about like what's it called, idolizing also like fictional characters? Let them just put like them anime thingy, like all those kind. You watch anime?
I do.
Ah, okay.
So you watch anime, you drink, and you're into
Wait,
vegetables.
I never finished.
Okay,
so hold on, like idolizing like fictional characters, then also the bloodlines between like real life and fantasy. So how do you?
That's what I'm saying. See, that is not even my department because I just find those people as crazy. Because me, I'm not getting colored hair because Lil Uzi Vert has colored hair. I didn't get dreads because Lil Uzi Vert
You
has
can't
dreads.
defend it. You have dreads.
So wait,
I can't defend it. I have colored
forget
hair.
Lil Uzi
Let's
Vert.
chest it.
When we talk about like fictional characters, you're literally I don't.
Did you hear about that one guy? I think he was a white guy that basically had plastic surgery to look like a Korean.
Yeah, Ali London.
Oh my God, why do you know his name?
Because it's Ali London.
Them ones that act, you go to look like Barbie, Ken. You even go as far to even do the cosplay. I'm like, I don't know what is wrong with you people. But then, so yes, that would be it for that. So stay with us, guys. We'll be right back.
And you're welcome back to the Rant Room. Remember to engage with us on Rant Room on TVC. I'm
Yes.
Adi Banker once again.
Said
So we are
engage with
speaking.
us. Is there a prompted there? You know, journalists hang out on those type of shows. It's usually just there, just.
Okay, so I'm going to need you to stop talking about journalist hangouts. It's
Is
a
that the
great
sharp
show,
weapon around?
first of all. So I'm just like,
So you won't die.
Ow.
I won't
I'm
kill
out
him.
for your word,
I
for
won't
your
kill
word.
him for personal reasons, but I will slap him silly. Yes.
Personal reasons.
Assault.
What
Real
really?
ones, come once
Okay,
again back
yeah.
to the Rant Room. You can engage with us on Twitter and on other socials with Rant Room on TVC. I am once again at a banker. Apologies, they have been interrupting me all show. So we're talking about cancel culture and
serious.
personal insecurities. So I mean, what do you guys think? When we just try to cancel maybe a person because of what they have done, do you think that we indirectly put our personal
Sentiments.
insecurities and sensibilities into it? I will start with you, Ohis.
Oh
Of
wow.
course, you started with me.
Of
Anyway,
course I will. Of course I will.
Yeah, for personal reasons.
For personal reasons. Yes.
Tiny, fuck you.
And he's going to meet you after the show. Like, I will not be around.
So anyways,
I will make sure to make myself available. I love violence.
You can take a video.
Them no they see. Anyways, to answer to that question, yeah, it's like I definitely feel like a lot of people do take out a lot of their own personal insecurities on people because this could be someone that they've never heard of before, by the way. I've seen this happen so many times on Twitter or the social media. This could be someone that no one has ever heard of before, and it comes out that they probably did a mad thing. All of it so deep. Their whole life revolves around getting that guy's career
Ruined.
out.
Yeah, I
Anything
remember
along
Tiwa
those
Savage a few years ago. Was it last year? I forget right now.
The
When
tape?
when the tape came out and
last year,
everyone was like, this,
That
and
year,
all and all.
that was-
And I think they had to recruit celebrities to go on Instagram. I remember that particular day, a lot of people were championing her. But if you go on Twitter, people were like, shower this and everything.
And then she released
all.
like a song after.
Yeah, and
saying-
she lost endorsement deals. But I mean, she
Yep.
wasn't the one that posted that video. It was, posted by somebody else. We still don't know who the person was.
Reminds me of Kim Kardashian. We still don't know who posted it.
Anyways,
No comments, no comments. But I'm speaking about Tiwa Savage because I like her. Yeah, you can come for me. Yeah, I
That
do
one
like
is
her.
not too-
Yeah.
like devoid from your morals.
Excuse me.
Yeah, is it?
Excuse me.
No,
Do you want to start with me or his?
Is
Is that why your hair is like? Anyway, that's why I put carry you everywhere every day. So you know what? It's fine. No problem. You are on the right path to your desired
Destruction.
career. So no problem. I mean, is it that we only align with some things because of our laissez-faire attitude or something? We like this, then we like this, then we like this. There is no straight line to what we like. What do you guys think about that?
a lot of it is personal bias. Because even now, a lot of people that are questionable people, or people that might have done questionable things. Like for example, let's take a Jay-Z for example. He cheated on Beyonce. Not defending cheating at all, but then they cooked him. He literally made a whole album technically apologizing to Beyonce, whatever.
But why do men cheat though? But anyways, that's a question for another day. But tell me, why do men cheat?
Why do women cheat?
Why do I ask you first? Oh, shut up.
Why do I feel like
okay, so first off, it's based on...
I'm not a man.
I didn't even get to land my plane.
Hold on, nah. So wait. So first off, it's even though it's not a topic though, but then first off, it's based off personal reasons, but we never can.
You're finished after the shoot.
So, but basically, like personal reasons, you don't know what's going on in their whole situation and everything. So you just can't judge straight up like that. And
you really just can't.
But,
honestly, I'm not a man. But if I was a man in some shoots, I would cheat. If I was a man in some relationship, in some marriages, I'm sorry, forgive me, but I would cheat. But damn, that woman is toxic. I'm sorry. She's my gender.
Wouldn't it be better for you? Would it not be better for you to just leave the marriage? Wouldn't it be better to leave the marriage?
No, get your pound of flesh before you leave.
No, I'm not getting any pound.
Anyways, let me just successfully try and land this plane. Yes, everyone cooked Jay-Z, but do you know who didn't get cooked? Solange, Beyonce's sister, who assaulted Jay-Z inside the elevator.
Somebody has to be the mad person in the family. Solange is, Beyonce is the cool one. I have a younger sister.
I agree.
I know what that means.
If the roles were reversed.
Exactly. I'm sure you remember when I was telling you.
We all know what would happen
certain
if Jay-Z
favor you guys in certain
if Jay-Z put a finger back on her.
Is it only me that knows the
Jay-Z
story about the guy whose wife, who beat his wife, and then she recruited her brothers from the mainland to the island to beat up her husband?
I saw that.
If the roles were reversed, we have brothers.
Yeah.
I have a brother. He's crazy.
I mean, I don't have. My younger brother is quite tiny, but I have some friends.
If you need brothers, call me.
Oh, some friends.
My brother is recruitable.
Jesus.
He has 4 sisters. He gyms for a living. Trust me, there's violence.
I understand.
Exactly my point. You cannot be treating me like a flower and then I get married and then some guy treats me like a wild horse. What? Hello, you did not smack me
like a wild horse.
No guy can do that.
Okay. But still, you didn't answer my question. And I think I want to put and give it to you, Ivy, to answer the question.
Okay.
So, I mean, like I said before, a lot of us, our moral compass, like you called it before, it's not a straight line. We like this in one person, we like this in another person, we like this. I mean, is that bad or is that okay?
Okay, first of all.
And do you think is that right or should that wrong?
Okay, first of all, I liking people basically based on our own personal prejudices. I have a reason to like a person and a reason to not like a person.
Yep.
It's actually very normal for me.
Yeah.
I was having this conversation with my sister yesterday about some actors that she liked and some actors that she didn't. And it's a normal thing.
I'm not talking about liking people. I'm talking about the cancel culture right
Honestly,
now.
there are some people that no matter what they do, I'll never cancel them. So.
Okay.
So now this is going against what
you are a hypocrite.
Everybody is a hypocrite. I think we decided on
No, you did not decide that. I said that, and then I was cooked for it by all 3 of you.
Because
I am blocking 3 of you.
Fam. Block us, it doesn't count.
Yeah, I'm going to block you guys. Yeah, but continue,
Why am I so
hypocrites. Hypocrites, yeah, continue.
But then again, I think first of all, everybody, human beings, we fall in love with people based on, first of all, the aura they bring into a room, their person, their looks, the way they talk, their relatability, the way they carry themselves, carriage, it matters. So our prejudices start from there. And then again, let's say we find out that they like something that we like and it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
We literally,
so much in common.
do you know that most people pick their celebrities the way they pick their girlfriends? Or boyfriends.
Speak
first of all,
for yourself.
I said most people. You can't cancel me for saying most people. That word most is a beautiful thing. But yeah, most people do that. Yes. Most people actually pick people that they relate to it based on how they see their celebrities. Most people actually pick.
I'll be getting so much trouble. Just go.
Most people.
I think I want to hear what he has to say.
So what were you saying, my dear?
Oh, he's on his floor. You can't take this point
in time.
We want to hear
My
what you have to
curiosity
say.
radar is
Me
flying.
too. Me too. Yeah.
On reader is Tani, please. You haven't spoken.
No,
yet.
you-
I know.
Say what
I
you-
asked him a question, and now I'm asking you
Yeah,
to say
but
what you
Tani
wanted.
needs to answer
It's why you
Answer
run
now,
it.
don't
Fine.
deflect.
You're not
Answer
a
first.
coward. I know the
Tani,
man
do
that
you
you
believe
are.
in council
You're,
culture?
I know the man with
well,
it. You're getting personal.
Not
You're
really,
definitely
though.
not.
I think yes, we should probably do. Yes, we
But
should.
don't you think that is a bit hypocritical? Going back to the hypocrisy talk, because we all do wrong things, and I'm not talking about the big sins. I'm talking about the little ones, maybe being rude to somebody, or maybe like J-Lo collecting back the tips from waiters when your husband give them $100 bills as tips. I mean,
That is
So would you
crazy.
now?
This
The thing
is
is, would you
petty
actually
as
do that
fuck.
if your boyfriend actually gave someone something and went back to get it from the person? No, it's not possible. So if you're doing something that doesn't actually make sense, I won't say cancel, but then just like go in on the person and say, oh, this is not right, or something like that.
okay, do you believe in council culture?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Most people are borderline very, very horrible people. And most people definitely do deserve to be cancelled. I'm sorry for saying this, but Sam Smith definitely deserves to be cancelled.
Oh.
Sam Smith
why?
should be blacklisted, deleted, packed in a folder, put in the recycle bin, and then you format your recycle bin
Wait,
because you don't want to have
why?
anything to do with Sam Smith.
Why?
I
That's
really
how
wonder
bad
why.
he
But
should
why?
be cancelled. Because we are having a generation of very young mindset. Okay, think about it to yourself as a parent, and then
Tell
you
me
have a
about it
teenage
later.
kid that does Sam Smith. That's pretty
Well,
messed
this
up.
has been a
That
very...
is pretty messed up. Some people actually deserve to be cancelled. Some people are just deserve cancelled
Okay,
for
but
no
okay.
reasons. We have Gina
But can't
Carano,
Sam
we
Smith
have
just
Kevin
say
Sobel.
he's
Some people
expressing
calm,
himself?
calm. Okay, should we
if you're
permanently
expressing
cancel
yourself
people?
in a way that is detrimental to a
Calm
culture
down.
of people, if
Ivy,
you're expressing yourself
should
in
we
a way
cancel
that-
people permanently? For example, let's say in a few years they change for the better.
Is it possible?
Should they still be
Do you
cancelled?
see
It
Burna Boy
depends.
changing?
It depends on your ability
I'm not a
to
fan of
be
this, I
a,
can't
Exactly.
it depends also on your ability to be a better person, to be a different person. If I see Sam Smith as repentant as he was before he started his career, definitely, yes. I
Repentant
believe.
how,
You know
though?
why I would forgive a person? I would forgive you because I believe genuinely at some point in time you can feel bad about that particular thing that you have done, and then you say sorry. I say sorry a lot, although I don't like people telling me
Same.
sorry.
You do? That's news to me.
Okay.
I do say sorry a lot.
Anyway,
Especially
and
if
that-
I feel that I hurt you. Yes.
Anyway,
Yep, you know what? I'll just take it for you. I'm going to do it in your style. Thank you for joining us in the
personal
Rant Room on
reason.
TVC.
Good.
Presented by the Journalist Hangout. As always, I've been Ohiz.
and
your
I am
other
Ade
correspondent-
Banker
Am I
Odunui.
My other correspondent.
Tani,
And
she just
Ade
did
Banker Odunui, and I'm a political correspondent.
on Journalist Hangouts.
Journalist
Hangout.
Hangout. I beg, please, before DSS arrests you, don't hit him.
Oh.
We will be out.
We're on live TV. There's evidence against you.